if you let go of perfection and you say that I know I'm not perfect and I don't have to be white or black, you can be right in the middle of I'm consistent, I'm going to show up the best that I can. Keep that motto because it's going to make you enjoy things so much more. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Macro Hour with Nikki Stott, co-founder of WarriorBabe. And on these podcasts, we talk about mindset, methodologies, and tactics that will help you lose body fat, build muscle, be strong, and feel insanely confident. I am your host, Nikki Stott, and welcome, my friends, to episode number 263. Wait, and before I dive in to today's episode, guys, we are at 950,000 downloads. We are 50,000 away from the 1 million. I am, first of all, so grateful for you guys. Second of all, so excited to hit that milestone with you guys. And then third of all, just keep going and keep bringing out some fire episodes on this podcast. But really, that's going to be such a fun milestone to hit. I can't wait to celebrate it. 50,000 more to go. That means, like, as I continue to pump out these episodes for you guys, if they're of value and you're enjoying them, please share them because we're going to get to that number faster together. Now back to this episode topic today. So guys, what I want to talk about, we just have a Memorial Day weekend, right? Summer's here. What I want to pour into you guys today is you guys can stay on track with your goals for this summer without missing out on all the fun. Because look, trust me, I have been in the shoes that maybe some of you guys feel like you have to step into of like, hey, I'm on this goal, I'm on this plan, or I'm on this like program and I can't have X, Y, and Z. And so you miss out on maybe a memory of going to get some ice cream, or you miss out on a memory of having a margarita, or you miss out on enjoying one of your favorite treats when you're at the shore. Like, I don't want you guys to miss out on the fun. I've been in that shoe before. It's not fun. It's miserable. It's devastating. It's like, you kind of feel like you're alone on your own little island, okay? There's going to be beach days, there's going to be barbecues, there's going to be ice cream runs. All that stuff that makes life so freaking amazing and so sweet is those memories, right? And like I said, like, I know that it can feel like a test. It's like you either need to choose between the two. You either can enjoy your life or you need to stick to your goals. And let me tell you right now, you guys do not have to choose between the two. You guys can enjoy your summer and you can keep showing up for your health and fitness goals. You can have that margarita and you can keep crushing your workouts. It's not an either or type of deal. It's about creating the kind of balance that lets you feel strong, that lets you feel confident, that lets you feel in control, that lets you feel proud of yourself at the end of the summer. Okay, so I want you guys to think from that framework. Like, when this summer is over and done, did I create all those fun memories? Was I able to balance my vacations and travels with also still sticking to my workouts? Like, that's how I want this episode to come out for you guys. And I want that all to happen, that you guys can enjoy your summer and be proud of yourself at the end of it, okay? So first things first I want to dive into with you guys is this all or nothing mindset. Like, that has got to go. Summer isn't the time to be perfect. It's the time to be consistent. You guys know there's a drastic difference between the two. Ain't nobody perfect. I'm not perfect. But what you can be is like, okay, if I didn't hit my macro goals today, I'm going to keep it consistent and still jump back on board tomorrow. If you are consistent majority of the time, you are going to win, okay? So that's where I want the framework of your mindset to be at, because the perfection says, like, if I can't do it perfectly, I'm just going to skip it. Or I'm on vacation, so I'm just going to blow it all off. And I'm going to start when vacation's over. That's perfection. That's what that narrative says. Consistency says, I'll do what I can, even if it's not my best workout. Or I'll make the best choice. Like, if you are out and you're enjoying yourself and you know that it's not on your macro plan or it's not on your programming, you're still going to make the best choice in the moment, and then you're going to keep moving. And you're going to get right back on track as best as you can the next day. If you let go of that perfection standard, you find it actually so much way more easier to stay on track, because you're not mentally beating yourself up every single time that you're at the beach or at a vacation or at a barbecue or at an event. If you let go of that type of framework that's going on in your mind, you're going to It's going to be way more easier to stay on track, and it's going to be also way more enjoyable to stay on track. Okay. That's really like the all or nothing mindset. Is if you let go of perfection and you say that I know I'm not perfect, and I don't have to be gray or black or whatever, like there's or white or black. You can be right in the middle of I'm consistent. I'm going to show up the best that I can. Keep that motto, because it's going to make you enjoy things so much more. Let's talk about workouts. I get it. I hear it all the time. Summer's busy and you're probably out of like your normal routine. Like kids are not in school. Maybe work is a little bit different. There's a lot more going on more than usual, but that doesn't mean that you have to skip your workouts completely or not get them in or not get them done. My simple go-to tip is just keep it simple. You don't need to follow a super complicated plan if you know that your summer is busy. There's some of you guys that don't have busy summers. It's pretty low, like pretty chill. Like your kids are older and it's maybe, or you're empty nesters or, whatever, and you can stick to your plan a little bit better than maybe somebody that knows they're going to have a busy summer. They're traveling, they have kids home, X, Y, and Z. If you know that your summer is busy, don't make it super complicated, because if you make it super complicated, like a 60-minute or 90-minute gym workout session every single day, or even 5 days a week, you know that you're not going to be able to stick to that. And if you're not going to be able to stick to it, that's where that all or nothing mentality comes into play. Maybe you have like a 4-day workout plan, but maybe some of those 4 days, you're not going to be able to get it all in as you normally would have post like outside of summer, like in the fall or the winter or even in the spring. So maybe you do 3 days or you do 2 days or on point, but maybe those other 2 or 1 day look like you're doing 30 minutes of strength training in and out, or you're doing a long walk with your family, or you're going hiking with your family, or taking a stroll on the beach with your family, or you're doing like a quick circuit at your shore house or in a hotel room. It doesn't have to be fancy. Like the way that you get exercise in when you are busy doesn't have to be fancy. Again, it just needs to be consistent. And when you take the pressure off of doing it perfectly, you're more likely to stay active even when you are on vacation. So that's what I have to say about the workout portion of it, is like maybe you were following a 5-day workout program. Now that summer's here, you know it's going to be busy. So realistically, how can you set yourself up for success? You need to look at your committed days that you can work out in a week with the months that you know are going to be busy, or when you're traveling, and realistically set maybe only 3 days of working out or 4 days of working out. And knowing that you can follow and hit that will make it so much easier for you to follow through and for you to be more consistent. Let's talk about nutrition, because this is where it gets, hard. Nutrition in general is hard to follow. And summer makes it, I'll be honest, it makes it even harder. Like there's tons of treats, there's tons of, there's s'mores, there's patio dinners, there's ice cream, there's barbecues. Like, listen, I want you to enjoy it, but I also want you to make sure that you're fueling your body in a way that still supports your goals, because all of those things that I just said, if one was to have those, and I'm also speaking from, past experiences with myself, if I'm to have or overindulge, I would be somebody that wouldn't eat a lot the next day. And I don't want that to happen to you guys, because you're not going to fuel your body appropriately. And then you're going to be in almost like a lull for 3 months or 4 months of summertime, 5 months, however long it is, and be wondering why you're maybe a couple steps behind come like fall time or winter time. So I want you still to enjoy it, but I want you to also make sure that you're fueling your body enough. So if you do overindulge, maybe the next day you just focus on protein, because that's the key. You have protein first, and then you have all of that other fun stuff. Make sure you are hitting your protein on a daily basis, and then fill in your carbs and your fats however you want to. Maybe you have your oatmeal as carbs, but then maybe you also have an ice cream. Maybe you have your I don't know, like bagel or your whatever other fruit for carb, but then you also have a margarita, right? When you're at a barbecue, start by loading up with your plate with like the protein and the veggies, and then you can add in the chips and the burger bun and the dessert, whatever you feel like you want to have, but start with the protein first. By you prioritizing the protein, the fiber, the veggies, you're going to stay fuller longer. You're going to have fewer blood sugar crashes, and you're going to feel more in control. You're going to have lesser cravings. So when you do go and have an ice cream, you're not going to overindulge and have maybe 3 scoops. Maybe you're just going to have like 1 scoop, and it's going to hit the craving. It's going to make you feel satisfied. And then that's that. Hey, while you're listening, if you're getting value from this episode, take a moment to tap that review button or share this podcast with a friend. It's a small gesture that goes a long way in helping more women find their way to feeling stronger and more confident in their skin. I appreciate you so much for taking the time to support this show. Another thing that I would say with putting protein first is making sure that you are, because this is like summer is hot, right? So when you have making sure you're hydrated, that can be an absolute game changer. If you're feeling snacky all the time, it could be that you're dehydrated and the dehydration is talking. So along with making sure that you're having the protein, make sure that you're filling up your Stanley cup or whatever thermos you have with water, and that'll help you keep your energy up, your workouts on point, like all of that's going to thank you. So when it comes to that, like if you are drinking enough water, if you are having your protein first and you're eating the veggies, those things are going to make you feel fuller for longer, and you're going to be able to limit yourself from the cravings or overindulging in snacks and things that you wouldn't necessarily overindulge in if you didn't have those things that I just said. Now, if you're not doing those things I just said, you're going to find yourself snacking. Like, trust me, like on my heart. Like I've been there, done that. I've seen thousands of women do that. They always say I'm snacking or I'm feeling X, Y, and Z. And it's because they're not prioritizing those specific 3 things: water, veggies, and protein. Another thing that I see a lot of women doing is doing super aggressive fat loss phases in the middle of the summer. This is like what I said earlier in a different fashion. It's setting yourself up for failure. The summertime isn't the easiest time for that, if I'm being honest. And if you're somebody that's like, you didn't, like what I always say is your summer body is built in the winter. If you didn't put in the work in the winter, please do not try and go into an aggressive fat loss phase now. Or in the start or in the middle of summertime, like 4th of July weekend or something like that. Because if you're consistently at cookouts, if you're consistently traveling, you're consistently socializing, that's not, and I'm speaking to the busy people that know that they're busy during the summertime, that's not a season for you to be super strict. It is a season for maintenance, or for like for those of you guys that have done the work and you know that your maintenance threshold is high, and you can maybe come down a little bit with your maintenance calories into a little bit of a gentle cut if that aligns with your lifestyle, then do that, because you're going to still realistically be able to follow through. If you're more realistic about what you're willing to do, then the less you're going to feel like you're off track every weekend. So I would just say, think about that, especially like as we start to really lean in. Now the Memorial Day weekend is done. Summer is here. The more that you start to lean into summertime, I need you to be more realistic with what you're willing to do so that you don't feel like I'm off track on X, Y, and Z, or I had too much of this and now I need to restrict the next day. Like, again, I want you to enjoy this summertime and not feel like you are kicking yourself in the foot because you're not following through in the way that you promised yourself that you would. Or like I said, you're putting yourself into a cut now in the start of summer, or, you know, maybe you're planning on starting in a few weeks, or you're planning on starting in July. That's just not, like, think about realistic. That's not realistic. The last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is remember that the little things that you do on a daily basis, those are the things that make the biggest difference overall. So you getting up to go for an extra walk in the morning, that adds up. You going to go out with your family and prioritizing walking on the beach in the morning or in the evening, or maybe you used to just do 1 walk, now you're going to do 2, that adds up. Maybe I know everyone loves their cocktails in the summertime, but maybe from the last summer where you maybe have chose more cocktails, maybe this summer you choose more water over an extra cocktail. That adds up. Those little things make the biggest difference overall. Maybe doing a quick 20-minute workout when you'd normally skip it, that adds up. Again, like I said, like maybe you're a 5-day workout person, but you need to be more realistic with yourself in the summertime. So you're going to limit it to maybe 3 days or 4 days, but of one of those days, you're only doing like a 30-minute or 20-minute workout, and you're making it, impactful rather than you normally skipping it. That adds up over time. Those small habits don't just keep you feeling good physically and keeping your energy up and keeping you feeling, motivated on a daily basis. They build momentum and they keep you feeling aligned with who you want to be. Remember that question I said at the beginning. How proud do you want to be of yourself at the end of summertime? Because you doing these things, you adding them, you building momentum, you keeping it consistent, you choosing, maybe it's that you're not having ice cream every single day, but maybe it's like, a couple days out of the week you're having the ice cream. See, like, rather than what you maybe did last summer. Those things build momentum. And then you're going to, at the end of the summer, be like, and hear me out. When you get through this summer, maybe realigning standards and the realistic aspect of how you want to act in the summertime for yourself that's in alignment with your goals, let me tell you, if you can follow through with this, it's going to be so much more empowering for you to know that next summer you can do the same thing, and maybe by next summer it's going to look drastically different than this summer. And also, if you follow through with what I'm saying in this episode, it gives you that much more confidence to follow through on a holiday that comes up, or in the fall time or the winter time, like, because you've built these, like, you've went through learning how to build these types of skill sets in the summertime, so it feeds into your confidence now moving forward. Summer isn't about being perfect. It's just about you finding the balance. It's about you living your life while still prioritizing your health and your goals, but it's gonna probably look different than the previous summer. Or from maybe even if you're like a couple years into your journey, it looks maybe this summer, and you're already saying and doing all the things that I'm saying, it looks drastically different from 5 summers ago or 6 summers ago. So if you are somebody that feels like summer's going to completely derail everything that you've worked for over the last 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, hear me out on this, please. You are not starting over in the fall. That's not going to happen. You're not going to wash this entire summer away. You're not stuck in this all or nothing loop. You're just trying, you're a woman, you're a person, you're trying to learn how to show up consistently, even when life is more fun, more spontaneous, more busy than normal. And look, I've said it in previous podcasts before, the more busy that you are in a season and you learn to show up this way for yourself consistently and you're building the momentum, that's like unlocking level 100 on Crash Bandicoot, if you guys even know what I'm talking about, or unlocking level like 50 and moving to different islands in that video game, or, in any video game. It's like unlocking a different level for yourself, and you're going to be able to give yourself more grace. You're going to be able to enjoy the summer. You're going to be able to take what you've learned here in a busy season and apply it in every busy season moving forward, but also even in a slow season, you're going to know that you can show up no matter what, because you just went through a busy season and you showed up for yourself consistently. So if you guys apply what I'm saying here, right? This is how you stay in alignment. This is how you stay strong. This is how you stay committed to your goals. This is how you live your life fully and enjoy the summertime without losing sight of the goals that you're trying to accomplish for yourself. So if this episode hit home, you guys, if you are feeling like it resonated with you, if you're feeling like, I hope that you just overall just feel more confident with what was shared here. Maybe you knew this information, or maybe it's just something that was reignited and some new light bulbs were going off, or you just needed to hear these reminders. I hope that you now go into the summertime knowing that you don't need to be hard on yourself. You don't need to show up perfectly. You can still do all of the things and crush your goals and show up for your workouts and keep it consistent with your nutrition and. It doesn't have to be this either or type of thing. Okay. Now, if this episode hit home, please share it with someone who's maybe been feeling like summer's like a tug-of-war, and hold each other accountable along the way. Go send it their way and be like, hey, like, maybe it's like a family friend, or people that you're going to be traveling with. Hey, like open up the conversation in terms of like, I'm on this goal, like I want to accomplish this for myself, and I want us to stay aligned as we travel throughout the summer together. Can you listen to this episode, and can we find a way to mutually work together to keep each other accountable on our goals? All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Go crush it. The summer is not meant to be daunting or feel like a tug of war. Go get after it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out. Real quick, if this episode resonated with you or gave you the push that you needed, I'd love for you to pay it forward. Drop a quick rating and review, share the podcast with someone who might need it, and help me keep spreading the word. Your feedback not only helps the show grow, but it might just be the nudge someone else needs to kickstart their transformation. Thank you so much for your support.